Good morning, traders. Jefferson Fossey here with Walsh Trading. Happy Monday, everyone. It is October 20th. It's a couple ticks here after 7:45 here in the morning. Grain markets just paused here for their overnight session. Let's take a look and see what the markets did here on Friday. What happened here in the overnight session this past evening and what might happen here today and later on this week. Please keep in mind futures trading does involve substantial amounts of risk, certainly not suitable for all investors, traders, or producers. Well, live cattle had a pretty bearish day here on Friday. December contract dropping 605, closed at 241.82, below that 10-day moving average, well below the 5-day moving average. They did gap sharply lower here on the open, but rallied just a touch to fill in that hole there, so there is no gap on the live cattle chart. Very high volume here on Friday, all stem from comments here from Trump on Thursday evening about he's going to do something or has a plan to bring down beef prices. Now, I still haven't seen anything definitive on that, but the market took that as a bearish sign here on Friday. Same thing here with feeder cattle. Feeder cattle were actually the limit down, 925 lower, 369.30, left a very large gap on the chart here up to 376.75. Pretty bearish close here for both of those markets here, but keep in mind we have had some pretty down days here along the way. We had a limit down day here in September. Market went lower for about 5-6 days before we eventually rallied up to set new highs here again. So one limit down day doesn't necessarily frighten me here just yet. We still need details on what Trump wants to do or what his plan entails. Stochastics turned lower. Volume is pretty high here on Friday, closing below the 10-day moving average is not particularly supportive. Right now would expect a little bit more selling pressure here in the cattle markets, perhaps get the feeders here for January against those August 27th highs. That was right around that 361.10 area in fat cattle here. Well, they've already broken below those late August highs. We're very close to the mid-September highs. That was around 241.35. Remember, Friday's close 241.82. So we are close to support levels here in fat cattle. And if we don't get any details here, may not be a substantial turn lower. Lean hogs continue to post lower lows, lower highs. Downtrend's been pretty well intact here over the past 2 to 3 weeks here, certainly for most of the month of October. Lowest close that we've had here in hogs, got to go all the way back to August 14th. Not a whole lot of momentum behind it here right now, but you are making lower lows, lower highs. Expect the market to kind of trudge down toward that 80.36 level, maybe test the 200-day moving average of support. Corn's a little bit sideways to lower here this morning, down a half a cent, 422. Friday we were up 3/4 cent, closed above that 100-day moving average here for 2 sessions in a row. Still above it here this morning, but we are just a touch lower. Short-term averages on my chart, the 5 and the 10-day, they are hooking over to the buy side here in corn today. I do think that 100-day average is pretty key support here. That's at 421. Also have the 50-day there, 416.5. Should offer a little bit of support should the market pull back, but I think the short-term averages here, 419.25 is roughly where you've got the 5-day. Should be a decent support level right near 420. Soybeans are 8 3/4 higher here this morning, trading at 10.28. This is the highest level that they've traded at here since October 9th. He had a couple of dojis here last week. He got a bullish confirm here on Friday's close. We were up 8 3/4 here on Friday, adding another 8 3/4 here this morning. Got a lot of congestion here, right in this price range. You've got the 200, the 50, and the 100-day moving averages between 10.29, 10.25, and 3/4. Those, well, they've got a little bit of inclination or declination depending on which one you're looking at, but most of them are pretty sideways here right now and have been here since the middle of August. Soybeans are looking for a trend. Might want to push up here. I think you got trend line resistance all the way up around 1060. If we can get a nice little close here and close up and set new highs here for the month, that would be up above 1030 here on November soybeans. That would be a pretty good bullish push higher. Soy meal's up $3.80 here this morning to 84.80. It gained $4.10 here on Friday. Short-term averages in soy meal turning over to the buy side here on my chart today. You are going to get some support here from the 50-day moving average. That's at 284.10. We're currently at 284.80. Little bit of resistance overhead. You've got trend line and that 100-day moving average right around 287.70. We'll call that 288. Seasonally, this market does tend to lead higher, better than soybeans or bean oil or corn do. Bean oil's up a whole tick here this morning. Short-term averages turned to the buy side here with Friday's trade. Friday we were up 26. The market's been in a slow, kind of choppy grind higher here for about the last month or so. You do have resistance 50 in the 100-day moving average just above it, 51.58, 52.26. And like I've been mentioning, seasonally, the soy complex does tend to go higher here, but soy meal is usually the one that leads the way. Chicago wheat's down a penny and a quarter here this morning. So is KC. 502.5 here for Chicago. You are making higher highs, higher lows. Did today's trade's doing that? Friday's trade was quiet, but it did that up a penny and a quarter. So we're basically giving that back everything that we gained here on Friday. 5-day moving average is below the market here at 501.5, about a penny lower than where we finished the overnight session. And well, at 10 days at 502.25, so there is a little bit of support there. Trading at the highest level we've been at here in about a little over a week. Friday, October 10th was the last time we traded at this level. Overarching trend on wheat has been down, but it is trying, keyword trying, to find a bottom. KC wheat here, my chart's flipping to the buy side here today. You do have the 5 and the 10-day moving average making a bullish crossover here this morning. The only other market that I've got a new trade signal in here this morning is the US dollar index. Let me find that here. There it is. It's up 10.5 here this morning, 98.29. Short-term averages flipped over to the sell side here with Friday's trade, trading below the 5 and 10-day moving averages here. Now, the dollar, in my estimation, has been in kind of a choppy kind of trading range here for the last 5-6 months. I think we're right up against the high end of it, or we were here about a week and a half or so ago. Probably going to trade back down toward the lower end of it, unless this market can get all fired up here. That's what I've got time for you here today, folks. Do appreciate listening. Remember to like, if you like this, like it, subscribe to it, tell your friends, share with everybody. Let's get the word out there. Talk to you all tomorrow.